see if it sounds good to the audience.
We are live.
Are we live? Hey, welcome to Thursday. That means it is September 1st. You are at Suzie Health Solutions. We are the full service enrollment center for the Washington Healthplanfinder, and we are at our new office.
Yay!
Welcome to Suzilla, live and on the air from 413 North Mission Street in Wenatchee. So if you haven't heard, we moved on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to come visit us, that's where you visit us, at 413 North Mission.
Yeah, I think this is like episode 107.
I don't know. You're
Yeah.
keeping track of that. I'm not.
Oh no, the computers do.
It's a little echo in here. I'm noticing. I'm bouncing off of that wall.
Well, you're bouncing off the wall, so the big thing is how does it sound since you've got the head?
Well, it was sounding fine to me.
Okay.
I'll listen
Well,
again.
yeah, you keep listening. And
I'll keep listening. If you're listening to us and it sounds weird, let us know, because it's kind of. I mean, headphones tell us a lot, but they don't tell us everything.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm all plugged in now.
Cool. And so we're going to be talking about one of those basic skills today. That is, it's basic, and a lot of people have forgotten it.
Okay, and that would be?
Well, they're really related. One is the pitch.
Okay.
And the other is elevator speech.
Okay. How to get somebody to, listen to you and then buy your stuff if you're selling something.
Yeah, the elevator speech is traditionally has been that, that 30-second intro of, the introduction, who you are, and what are you doing here?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so your elevator speech, because it's a very fast, usually it's a very fast, brief moment.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in the elevator, you meet somebody that might be a client of yours, or might even be your, a boss that you haven't met yet.
A potential friend.
Somebody you want. It's like, so you want to make a very fast and impactful connection.
Well, it's if you want, on the social media side, when you're doing videos, it's that first 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, you got to move fast on social media.
You got to move fast, and the elevator speech is that in person.
Yeah, it really is, because, like I said, you've got to get a fast, impactful first impression.
Yeah, and we noticed a couple months ago, it was politicians doing their introductions, and it was at a social event.
Oh yeah,
meet the candidates sort of thing, and they couldn't do an elevator speech.
A lot of them couldn't do speeches at all, frankly.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, it's get in there, get out, Inigo Montoya style from Princess Bride. That's a very solid pitch.
Yeah, I'm Inigo Montoya. You've introduced your name.
Hi.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
All the bits.
It's
hello. You meet yourself. Hello. How do you greet the person?
Friendly greeting.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. My name is Matt McColm. My name is Suzie McColm. Or I'm Matt, or I'm Suzie, or hi, I'm Suzie. Hi. Something in that genre.
Mm-hmm.
You killed my father. I sell insurance.
Well, it's important because it's the connection.
Yeah.
He's throwing out the connection of, he knows who the other person is,
but they don't know who he is.
Hey, you look like, you look interesting. Are you interested in music? There are some basic conversation styles.
If you tell somebody you look interesting, they're gonna.
Well,
you don't say that.
No, I'm using that as a kind of a big oversight example. I'm not the most socially suave person out there. I get awkward. And I will throw down the, hey, that's a great puffy shirt. Where did you get it?
Oh, see. Complimenting a person on what they're wearing always works.
Yeah.
Usually works. Well, okay. Beautiful necklace. I like your earrings. Great shoes. Okay. Hi. I'm Kaniki. Great shoes. You want a buff? I've seen that actually work. Granted, there was already it wasn't a cold introduction. There was some, it was a party, so everyone kind of knew each other. But yeah, I've seen things like that work.
Yeah,
and that's what that is. That's an elevator speech.
That is an elevator speech that's used in for personal hookups.
But yeah, complimenting somebody, because if you compliment someone's outerwear, it's safe.
Yeah.
You can't say you have beautiful eyes. Suddenly it's a hookup.
Yeah. You never want to go there. That goes into the creepy factor quickly.
And you do not want to be the creepy guy on the elevator.
No. Because they'll be hitting that button to get off as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. And you will never make a deal with that person. Mm-hmm. And it's really important. One of the things that we laugh about was you found a new show with the whole pandemic, the Greg Garcia show.
Oh, the guest book.
Was it guest book?
No.
I'm talking the other one.
The other one
that led you to guest book.
The one before that was now I'm going to have to look. Guest book, and before that was not when there's Raising Hope, but also when there was Sprung, brand new from Greg Garcia. He's the guy that did Diamond Greg and Diamond Greg.
I'm not sure.
No, he did My Name Is Earl.
My Name Is Earl
and Raising Hope, and now he's got this new one called Sprung.
Yeah, and
the premise is you've got a couple of people who were in prison. And they were non-violent offenders, so they got released early because of COVID. Mm-hmm. 3 of them, actually, now that I think about it, the gal. And how they're
dealing with the COVID world.
Right. I mean, one of them had his mom was coming to pick him up, so all 3 of them ended up staying in his mom's house. And it's a funny show. It's on Freevee. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's Freevee. And one of the things he brought up was that the main character read Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Old book. It's always worth the read.
It's got some really valuable usabilities in it. Mm-hmm. Repeat your person's name,
because there's nothing sweeter to a person than their own name.
It also will help you lock their name into your head, because that's important. People love to be remembered.
Mm-hmm. And ask those important questions. Those the interested questions rather than interesting.
Yeah.
And that's things that have to be thought into. It's not one word yes no answers. What's your favorite color? That's a horrible one to ask.
No, you go in the whole. You could ask if you want to go, if you need to go with the color range, you in the color question. If you have to go the color question because you're
speed dating, if that's a thing still.
I was thinking more like pitching someone paint, but hey.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like here's a good thing. What's your ideal office?
Oh, there you go. So you were talking about putting up a green wall.
I'm actually thinking about putting one of those AstroTurf walls. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The Alexa was going.
Yeah, we've been diligently working on putting the electronics back up and running.
My office is running, so if you need an appointment, I can help you. Mm-hmm. But things like the security and the Alexa and all those little bits and pieces.
Our robot vacuum cleaner.
And that's why it's like, well, does it sound a little echoey when we talk? Because this is a whole new office setup. So if it sounds weird, if it sounds weird, let us know and we'll figure something else out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, these small pitches, these
micro pitches, the elevator sale.
We do them. Alexa, mute. We do them on a. Most of the time, we aren't even aware that we're doing them. No. It's the there are pleasantries in the grocery store. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Hey, what you doing these days?
Yeah. And sometimes I will throw off to see if it's just a social or is it a genuine. Mm-hmm. And I mean by social off, it's like how you doing? Oh, I'm dog tired. Mm-hmm. And I'll throw in a bunch of adjectives. It's and to lead into that conversation.
Well, by throwing in extra adjectives, by being more descriptive, you're inviting your counterpart to be descriptive as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just shuts down the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing okay too. See you later.
Yeah. How's the weather?
Well, hey, weather can lead to a lot of stuff, especially if you're dealing with an orchardist.
Yes, farmers have an interesting aspect when it comes to weather.
That's right.
But you noticed something that was interesting about weather a couple weeks ago. It was a week in August. What was it, the third week in August?
Okay.
That's traditionally smoky, nasty air.
Yes. I found a website where it tracks air quality. And it tracked historical data for our area.
Uh-huh.
And that week, this period in August is traditionally when we have the worst air quality of the year.
Yeah.
It has been for like the last 5 or 6 years. Well, as long as they've been tracking it, which is like 7 years.
Mm-hmm. So there's one of the things, the data's out there is how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an interesting, hey, how does that work?
Mm-hmm. Actually, if you go to our website, I posted it.
Yeah. And, that's kind of interesting to when it comes to planning.
Yes.
If you're a well thought out planner,
if you're planning on going camping during these weeks, think about where you're going.
Think
if you want to go to the beach instead.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of wind to blow that smoke away.
Yeah,
it's kind of smoky down in the valley where you were used to it.
Yeah. I've got
go ahead.
Oh, I've got a weather app on my watch. Mm-hmm. That can tell me what the air quality is. I can even tell you what the air quality is right now if you'd like, but it's probably moderate.
So let's get into pitches.
Okay, so pitches. Matt found what brought this up is going around the interwebs right now is the My Pillow guy whose name suddenly eludes me.
Mike Lindell,
the My Pillow guy. He's done really well with his. Was doing really, really well with his infomercial pitches about his fancy schmancy pillow and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the sheets and stuff. And he's kind of branching out.
Yeah. He kind of got a little, that's an interesting, it doesn't work. He got into politics and it turned a lot of people on and turned a lot of people off.
That doesn't matter to me, and that's really important because when I study things,
you were studying from a totally neutral point,
and I wanted to see him, how he, because someone said, hey, check out this My Coffee.
Right, he's launching a branded coffee.
Yeah,
which is a little counterintuitive to betting.
Yeah, because here's a guy who wants to sleep and he's selling you caffeinated stuff so you don't sleep. Kind of weird.
Yeah, but coffee's actually a really popular branding move right now.
Now, he did something that I do.
Uh-huh.
And that this is the first why you never see Matt read stuff.
Oh, yeah.
My voice doesn't fluctuate enough.
No, you're very flat.
And that was one of the things that I picked up almost immediately was he didn't waver his voice.
Now, he was working from cue cards and you could tell. When I read, if you ever listen to our ads on the radio, I'm reading. Mm-hmm. I've gone over them a few times, but you'll also notice I have a very similar cadence with each one. Mm-hmm. I'm not unnatural, but I'm not perfectly conversationally natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay for an advertisement. It's okay.
It's okay.
But I'm also improving. Every time I do it, I get better.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you are working on scripted things, that you've got to break up that monotone.
Oh yeah, you cannot just, hi, I'm Matt McColm. Thanks for stopping by. We're here to talk about health insurance today. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, that just doesn't. It just turns people off. They go, oh my gosh, and then
hi, I'd like to talk to you about your car warranty.
I'd like to speak to you about your extended warranty. Matt's got a beautiful voice, and he's had so many people tell him, oh, you should do radio. You should do radio.
Yeah, you'll never get me reading the news.
No.
And that's
but loose conversations like this totally work for you.
Yeah. That's a big difference. It's knowing yourself and knowing the audience. Because I could sit there and do the Bueller,
Oh yeah.
Bueller, and deliver that freaking
but
hours on end.
Even
Mm-hmm.
even that actor,
Ben Stein,
thank you. Yes, he was delivering his character in a very flat, monotone way.
Yeah.
But it was still interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
And that's acting.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot, because that's not how he speaks normally.
Now, when you get into the My Pillow, My Coffee pitch.
Yes. Tell me more about that. I listened to it. I didn't really watch it closely. I know you did.
Yeah, it was one. It was very classic. It's like a 3-minute pitch. Very infomercial driven, and it had like all of the components.
Okay.
I mean, it talked about how these wonderful beans were grown by this family in Colombia, and how they were hand selected, and they were just using all of the scripted stuff I've seen before. This is an exclusive. Oh, it's going to be a great deal.
Oh, he was hitting all the keywords.
He was hitting all of the key elements of a pitch, but it was delivered with this monotone, so it was unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever watched his pillow pitch. We should go back and compare the two.
It's possible. Yeah, it was.
Because that might just be his style.
Yeah, it was. He sounded like he'd been shouting all night.
He might have been.
And it was just like, no, this is no bueno.
Yeah. I think that's why infomercials grew up to have partners.
Okay.
Now, the slap chop guy, he was on his own.
Yeah.
But he was also really, really used to working like the state fairs and stuff. So he was working off of an audience.
Yeah, I miss the state fairs, and we'll probably have some tickets here to give away here shortly.
For the county fair. Chelan County Fair, we should have tickets. So if you're interested in that, give us a jingle. We'll make sure we'll get you a couple.
We're not holding anything for anybody.
We're doing our best. Give us a call.
Yeah, the last time I held something, I ended up having to ship it to their house.
That's true.
So yeah, we no holds.
Yeah.
No holdsies. But
okay, so the infomercial thing, well, like the slap chop guy was by himself, but he was also he was pitching to an audience, he was really, really used to pitching to a live audience.
A crew, yeah.
A crew, he had a crew. He's pitching to his crew in that situation. Billy Mays, also very good at pitching individually, but when he hooked up with Anthony Sullivan, and they bounced off each other, it got even better. And they both knew it.
Well, yeah, because when you're working with teams, you can pitch things back and forth.
That's one of the reasons why this works.
Yeah, because if you ever deal with Suzie and I in person, we will pitch things back and forth to us live.
Naturally.
In person, naturally.
Well, you're listening to us do it right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if I were sitting here just doing, hey, this is my podcast, you would not want to be listening to me. Well, probably not. Well, maybe. I just do better when I've got someone to bounce off, and I know Matt does too.
Yeah, and because iron sharpens iron.
There you go. Exactly. And that what it does is it gives more dynamic to the conversation. It sounds more natural, even if you're talking about the same product. So, for example, if we decided we wanted to start pitching coffee, one of us would start talking about it and the other would ask questions or throw in a comment. It's the color commentator concept. Kind of. We get, one of the year 2, I think it was year 2, I did the beef giveaway. Yeah. What we did was we found a couple nonprofits up in Quincy, and they do a Farmer Consumer Awareness Day. And that was a great weekend. And the downtown, there was kind of a downtown association forming, and I'm like, okay, let's get a couple nonprofits together, and I will get a quarter cow. I think we got a half and split it. No, we ended up. I can't remember. It was a lot of meat. It was
the giveaway was for a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did was we raffled it off for $1, and then all the proceeds went to charity.
Right.
And you and I think it was just us.
Yeah. Maybe Nick.
Maybe our son.
Yeah, but for adults, it was us.
Yeah, but yeah, we set up a booth. Had a flyer. Hey, if you want to talk about insurance, great. If not, we're gonna.
Our main goal today is to give away this cow.
Yep, and that's what we did. And I think we raised almost $1,000 for charity.
We did great. It was a really good move, and some people who really needed it got enough meat to get them through the winter.
Yeah, and it was one of those. It was one of those cool fundraisers, and we didn't talk about our. We talked briefly about our business. Yeah, we also do insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was it. And we had fun doing it. And I think there was even a couple where I told, no, I can't talk insurance today. Here, take this. Set an appointment. We'll work with you later.
Yeah.
Because the importance of it was
raising money for the nonprofit.
Raising the money for the nonprofit.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't hesitate. I mean, that's one of the things about us is, we'll talk business all day to anybody if they want to talk with us most of the time. But if we know what to do.
Yeah, there's
we will use our skills for good.
And that's important. And at the same time, we see, we will walk into stores and it's just horrible for pitching.
What do you mean? We just everybody comes across our path.
Well, no, we would walk in. We'll walk into a store. I'm trying to think when the last one that was just horrible to us. That we just kind of looked at each other. It's like, oh, this is not where we want to be. I'm
not sure. Where were we?
I'm trying to think, because last weekend we had the great experience of Not Doug's up in Eneas Valley.
Yeah. Go north to Okanagan County. You will have a great experience.
Yeah, we did a 2.5 hour run to do brunch.
It was great. We needed it so bad.
And that was because they've been consistently putting out these awesome messages about how beautiful pictures of how their food is. It's like, let's go try it because we needed to break away.
Yeah, we needed to clear our heads a little bit. We'd had a rough week.
Yeah, and it was just this gorgeous drive, and we went in there and had an amazing time, and we had multiple interactions with the owners because it's a small business. And everything was positive, and we got the backstory of why it's called Not Doug's.
They pitched us, and we pitched them.
Yeah.
We pitched it. We totally bounced off each other. It was hilarious.
But that's what you do as a small business. Is you have this conversation of exchanges.
Yeah. Where was it that we had a bad experience?
I'm trying to think of the last one I had, because there was something that we were doing that was just off.
Yeah. I don't remember. Was it local?
I can't remember.
Okay, but there must have been. I don't know.
It's one of those things. I do my best to kind of spark people around us.
Yeah. Well, I do too.
And when you get
Alexa, mute.
When you get your juices flowing and you start having conversations and you start interacting with real people, things change.
Alexa, mute.
We went out with one of our partners, RJ, to Alma's Kitchen, on Wenatchee Avenue, and he was just impressed with how good the food was.
It was tasty. Always is. If you want good tacos, it's a nice place to go.
Yeah. But he was kind of blown back because he lived in East Wenatchee for 15, 20 years and never walked in there.
Well, no, I mean, last time he was in that building, it was fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips. But because we're, locals, and we go out and we do things locally, we're able to do that. And we have a lot of interesting conversations with different people.
Oh, absolutely. That's part of the fun of being us, though. So, okay, back to Mike Lindell. What did he do other than being flat? That was his main flaw with that pitch.
That's
yes?
the main flaw, because it came across as insincere.
Okay. And that's really important. Sincerity is incredibly important when it comes to pitches.
And with that insincerity, it was like I said, it was all the formula. It was, it's like, this is the most wonderful. And they talked about, hey, I'm going to give you a good deal, and I think they threw up some scarcity of some countdown numbers.
Oh yeah, that's hot. Get it now, or you won't get it at all.
Yeah,
you can't ride my roller coaster.
Yeah, when I was doing door to door sales 20 years ago, one of the things that we would sit there at the end of our walking and talking with 120 some odd people. We would have our beer or our energy drink or whatever, and we'd watch the Home Shopping Network.
Oh yeah. That is classic pitchage.
Or the Knife Guys.
Uh-huh.
And it was important to just suck in and see what and break down the different components of pitches.
And there's different types of pitches depending, because like QVC has a different pitch than Home Shopping, which has a different pitch from the Late Night Knife Guys.
Yeah,
and because they're different audiences is part of it. But
yeah, you get some basics.
Yeah. There's definitely basics, but there's there's different levels of intensity you find.
Yeah. But you'll get the elevated voices.
Yeah.
That's pretty consistent. You can't do the body contact that we used to. No. Because that's kind of
Yeah, we're just that's just
not
that's just not a thing anymore.
That's not a thing anymore. But yeah, we used to do the tactile, the touch, the shoulders, the handshakes, all the crazy, the lean ins.
Lean ins can still be. You just got to do it it's just got to be a little more. You can't be really on top of somebody. No. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the physicality.
Yeah, there's certain body language, and then you start throwing in the props.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The hand out there. It's like, ooh, if you can see it on that hand, what will look on your hand, or what will look on your grandma's hand, or
oh yeah,
and kind of paint the picture of hey, this is you can use this for this makes every morning a special morning. Mm-hmm. And you start to paint the picture.
So did Mike Lindell paint the picture?
No. Okay. And like I said, it was just on how scripted and how concrete he built it.
So here's a question for you. Did he want to be doing that?
No.
Did he want to be selling that, or did he get sort of pigeonholed into selling it? Does he actually support the product?
There is a certain, we joke and we call it the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where you'll see it. It's the last week of the month of a car lot of the guys who haven't made their quotas.
Yeah.
And they get a certain eye of the tiger, and it's just brutal. And the waves of desperation come off them, and you just felt that. And it was just like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to do a pity buy for him.
It was that bad?
It was that bad.
Wow.
And I've got, I bought coffee from around the world. Mm-hmm. We even had the little cat coffee.
The Kuala Lumpur, the Civet coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's tasty.
Oh yeah, it was surprisingly tasty.
I don't know why it was surprisingly tasty. It's supposed to be the tastiest coffee in
the world. Yes.
It's cat poo.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
So yeah, it was just, but yeah, watching it was just, there wasn't, it wasn't, hey, we dealt with the, the Valdez family. Mm-hmm. You didn't feel that he actually interacted with them.
You don't feel like he was invested in it.
Yeah, there's a certain level of like I said, it didn't come across as sincere. Mm-hmm. And that's really...
See, that's why I asked if you thought he was actually invested in selling this, or if he sort of got pigeoned and, here, sell this. That's a question. That would be an interesting.
That's only what you'd ask. What you'd have to ask him, and
I'll never get the chance
you
to do
will
that.
never probably get the.
I'll never get a straight answer on it.
But it was how it came across to me.
And everybody else that had sales chops that watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to know somebody who doesn't have sales chop and watched it, how did they respond to it? That's if you saw that and you're not a salesperson like we are, what'd you think? Tell us how you felt about it.
Yeah, that is a very important
I would like to know how it impacted you.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll link this on the Suzie page. I'll put the YouTube video on it. And yeah, we are really interested because we looked at it and it's like this is it's a perfect pitch in what he said. It wasn't in how he said it.
Right. That's where the flaws lie. And we want to know how it would impact somebody who wasn't analyzing it. We can't watch marketing without analyzing it anymore. We're kind of ruined that way. So we want somebody who has a fresh take on it. And that sounds like a good place to stop.
That is a perfect place to stop. So we are going to get out of here.
Yes.
This is our first one at our new office.
Woohoo! And like I said, if you listen to this and it sounds weird, if it's echoey or bouncy or hollow or
let us know because we got to hang up stuff and
we're not done decorating or anything. So, but hey, we'll talk to you next week from our new office, 413 North Mission Street. Woohoo!
And have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.